Be very curious as to what came loose to cause the smoking.
Well, his last lap time was a 25:41. He's a full second and change off the leader.
And it may be, here again, it may be something that they did a mash unit repair job just to make it to the end of this segment.
Right. They've completed 31 laps so far, Rick. Just 32 laps now. Just 18 laps to go before we end this session with a NASCAR mandated yellow flag. And again, the crews have the obligation. They can change tires and add fuel, or they can stay out on track.
It looks like McLaughlin, Garcia, and Mayer have pretty evenly spaced and pulled out a pretty good distance from the fourth place car of Ty Gibbs.
The difference between the leader and the number 4 spot, Ty Gibbs, is 3.88 seconds.
And it looks like Ty Gibbs is going to be the next victim of the 16 car of Derek Krause. He is slowly inching his way up in that back bumper.
Ty Gibbs actually had a better lap last lap than Derek, but Derek is closing in fast, and now they're about even, 25:11 to a 25:09. Derek is actually quicker than Ty Gibbs on the front straightaway. Tanner Gray has stayed consistent in that number 6 spot. His last lap was a 25:27. He is only 2/10 off the leader, but he is in traffic. Rick, as we look at the field, and you look with your expertise in oval track, where would you say the best place to pass would be on this short track?
Michael, I think you got to get a decent run, whatever that's going to be on this track, and dive underneath somebody, into the turn.
Going into 3 or coming out of 4, that's your best chance to make your move. Right now, the passes have been more performance-oriented than driver strategy, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, Krause being the exception to the rule. He did, like I said, he used that bumper earlier to make a move on Davis.
Once again, Max had qualified with a 23:30 to gain that pole position. His last lap was a 25:18. So he is well off his own pace. But again, there's nothing to prove. He's stretched out quite a bit from the pack. There's nobody that's really been a threat, so why not just take the easy way around?
Once again, it looks like it may be inches, but it looks like Krause is moving in on Gibbs, and
Gray is right behind Krause.
I don't know if he's got any.
We look at Derek Krause in the 16 car, the Napa car. He is on the bumper of that 17 car of Ty Gibbs. I think he wants that position. On the straightaways, Ty is able to stay in front of him, but you can watch as the 16 car of Derek Krause closes in the turns.
I think it's a situation who is able to get into the turns deeper.
Yeah, I think that he's taking more chances. He's not on the brake as quick as the 17 car is. Tanner Gray just doing a ride around in that 15 car. He's in the number 6 spot. His lap times are not that far off the leader. But again, it's just a Sunday cruise for him on a Saturday.
Krause moving in closer on Gibbs. He wants that.
It won't take long, Rick.
He wants that 4th position. We got about 8 laps to go in this segment.
Derek was actually 3/20 quicker that last lap.
He just put the bumper on Gibbs. Let him know it was there.
He's just having problems reeling it in on the straightaways. He does catch him in the turns, goes into the corner deep. Maybe hesitates a bit on the braking. He's able to close in the gap, but once they get back on the straightaways, the 17 car of Ty Gibbs just stretches it out again.
And there he closes it up. He's on the hunt. Unfortunately, Gibbs is a prey. They look even through 3 and 4. It looks like Kraus runs that car a little bit deeper in the turn than what Gibbs does.
There's no question that is a race within a race right there. You know, that 17 car of Ty Gibbs is feeling the pressure. I'm sure he's got a rear mirror full of Derek Kraus right now. He's looking to the inside, but he just cannot close the gap, Rick.
5 laps to go in this segment.
Kraus is better in the turns, but Gibbs is better on the straightaways. He just cannot seal the deal. But I can guarantee you this, Ty Gibbs is feeling the pressure.
He's hanging in there.
That's really the only race that's going on right now. Everyone else seems to be comfortable where they are, Rick. I noticed the 4 car is trying to make a challenge up against Drew Dollar. Chase Cabri in that 4 car closed in on him coming out of 2, but couldn't seal the deal either.
Kraus looking underneath. Yeah, he come out of 4.
I just don't think, looking at the lap times, I just don't think he's got the power to drive around him. I think he can certainly stay with him, and he can tap that brake a little bit later in the turn and ride up to him, but he cannot seem to drive around him.
A situation where he may have to get just a little bit out of shape to get up underneath.
Once again, your leader, Max McLaughlin, followed by Ruben Garcia Jr., your defending champ, then Sam Mayer, and the number 17 of Ty Gibbs. There's still a race on the back straightaway between Chase Cabri and Drew Dollar. Pretty much what we're seeing out of the 17 and the 16 cars taking place back there in the end of the field, toward the end of the field, Rick. They're running in 7th and 8th.
And we're in the last lap of this segment. We're looking for a caution here.
That's right. It will come out at lap 50. Once again, the drivers can elect to stay out, or they can come in and take tires and fuel and make minor adjustments.
They're tightening up there in turn 3, turn 4, coming down. Kraus looking under Gibb. 15 car of Tanner Gray. He's up there in that mix.
It does look like Gibbs is going to hold on to that position as they come around.
We'll probably see the caution this lap. Should. And
the caution is out. So, Ty Gibbs able to hold off the hard-charging Derek Kraus throughout the remaining 13 laps of that session. So good job, Ty. Now that Derek knows what he can do, it'll be interesting to see what chassis changes they make and what adjustments they'll make to that 16 car, if any.
Well, we need to keep a close eye on whoever goes in the pits and what they may do.
Once again, this K&N Pro Series Memphis 150 brought to you by, presented by AutoZone. We want to remind you that K&N Engineering is proud to be the official sponsor of the K&N Pro Series East and West. K&N filters can be found at all levels of NASCAR competition and in your local auto parts store. Built for protection, K&N air filters are designed to increase horsepower while being washable and reusable for 1,000,000 miles. K&N cabin air filters are also washable and reusable for 1,000,000 miles as well, and designed to clean plus freshen the air inside the cab of your vehicle. Every car can benefit from running K&N, the original performance filter of NASCAR.
Race fans, the Tennessee Highway Safety Office and the MRR Oval remind you to drive responsibly. If you've been drinking tonight, get a sober driver to take you home. The Tennessee Highway Safety Office and the MIR Oval remind you that fans don't let fans drive drunk. If you've had a little bit too much to drink, please see one of the officials here at the track, and we'll see if we can't get you a safe way home.
Want to remind you, race fans, we'll be back here in July 21st for the JAGS CRA 125. You can get your tickets online at racemir.com. That is the late model 125, sponsored by JAGS and CRA. That will be here July 21st. And it looks like the entire field has come in. Nobody's sitting on the back straightaway as Haley did last week, but we do have 4 cars that are back there now. All right, electing to stay out is Max McLaughlin, the number 1 car, and Ruben Garcia Jr. also stayed out. I don't suppose there's much of a surprise there. There is no adjustment necessary on that number 1 car, as he was about the quickest out there by 0.2 of a second. Also electing to stay out is Sam Mayer in the 21 car, and it looks like also Ty Gibbs in the 17 is back there. So, 4 cars, 5 cars actually, have rolled the dice. Chase Kirby back there as well. 5 cars rolled the dice, say no adjustments necessary. We don't need tires. We don't need fuel. We don't need adjustments. I would agree with the first 2, Rick. But Chase was sitting back there in the number 7 spot and had tried to run down Drew Dollar, finally got around him. But Tanner Gray has come in, so that's going to change Tanner's ability.
Michael, all I'm seeing in the pits right now, it looks like we've got some tire pressures being changed. Looks like we've got some chassis adjustments, but I haven't seen any tires go on any cars yet, which looks like they may. I hadn't even seen fuel go in any of the cars on the pits, Michael. I think it's just been all adjustments.
All right, Ty Gibbs is in the pits. Our apologies. I incorrectly put him on the back straightaway. Brandon Oakley is choosing to take, looks like right side tires. And that's probably a pretty smart move. He was back in the back of the field running some 25-second laps. So right side tires for Brandon Oakley. That may be the only tire change on the pit side, Rick.
Well, they've got the 30 car up in the air, the 30 car of Spencer Davis. But looked like they were just torquing the lug nuts on it. They dropped him down. Most of the cars, Michael, I think were just air pressure changes and chassis adjustments.
We do want to remind the fans that there is only 1 set of tires available for these cars. If they have a tire failure, they can take on a practice tire that they used earlier this morning. But there's only 1 set available, and Brandon has used half of that on right side tires on the 22 car, but I don't think that's a bad choice, really. And the last of the cars have left pit row, and they are lining up on the back straightaway. Once again, we'll have another 50-lap session, and then another mandatory yellow dictated by NASCAR K&N Pro East Series.
Folks, we've got refreshments down here at the north end of the grandstands. We've got a beer wagon. We've got soft drinks. We've got Moe's Southwest Foods. We've got some snow cones. We've got T-shirts if you're cold. Feel free to purchase one of them as well. But well, the pace car is pulled away. It looks like the 15 car of Tanner Gray is going to need a little shove from the tow truck to get him going.
Yes, Tanner sits there on the back straight. He'll get a push off, and we'll be right back into the field. Looks like the 30 car is coming back into pits again.
I'll be interested to see if they put that car back up on the left side again, Michael. He might have.
That is Spencer Davis in the 30 back on pit row.
Looks like they're trying to go under the hood. It looked like it didn't have any brakes.
I would say short track racing requires at least one brake. Now they are under the hood on Spencer's car. Pace lights are still on. They are on the back straightaway.
And we did get the 15 car of Tanner Gray going. Looks like he's trying to move back up to his position.
Tanner will be in I believe he's going to be in the 8th spot. Right now he's shown in 13th.
It looks like the flagman's going to give him one to go. And we'll be back off and running again. Lap 53 or lap 54 or 150.
So we are a third of the way through this Memphis 150 presented by AutoZone. You folks in the stands have been super. That sun is showing no mercy, but you managed to be the best fans that NASCAR has in this area. We thank you and salute you for being a part of this Memphis 150 presented by AutoZone.
And here's the way they're going to come to the green. McLaughlin, Garcia Jr., Mayer, Gray, Cabre, Gibbs, Kraus, Dollar, Gilliland, Zamora, Retzlaff, Garrett, Davis, and Oakley. Pace car is in. Going to be looking for the green.
They're too wide on this restart. Side by side, the best place to be is out front. Max Laughlin takes the inside. And we are racing. Green, green, green.
And once again, clean through turns 1 and 2. Still side by side, so that's back to the straightaway. 3. Got a battle for second between Meyer and Garcia. Garcia pulls out a little bit on Mayer, and he pulls right back up. Now it looks like Mayer took that second spot. Looks like Chase Cabray's trying to do his best to get into that top 3, Michael. And that number 4 car.
Tanner Gray behind him in the 15.
And it looks like Gibbs is trying to get his spot back from Kraus. He dove underneath him going into 1. They're battling going down the back straight.
So Ruben drops a position. Sam Mayer moves up 1. Chase still out in front of Tanner. Kraus in behind Tanner Gray in that number 6 spot. that Garcia is right on the bumper of the Ford car, too. Garcia wants that position back.
In the meantime, McLaughlin and Meyer are pulling away. Third place car,
And Chase is pulling away from Garcia as well. No change out front, and it has been Max McLaughlin all the way. He's led the first 59 laps of this race. He was your pole sitter. No change there.
Kraus got around the 17 car at Gibbs, and now he's working on the 15 car of Tanner Gray. Diving underneath him, coming out of 3. We got a drag race down the straightaway, which includes Tanner. And they hit one side by side. Looks like Kraus is, he may get it. Yeah, he eked it out. Gibbs tried to take advantage. Tanner being on the outside, but that didn't work. Looks like Kraus has a straight shot to Garcia Jr. We're just going to find out.
There's a battle back there between the 16 and the 17. Gibbs stays out in front. Gibbs holds that position.
Lead to 22.
He wants that next ride. He got pushed it around a little. Got him just a friendly little nudge, and he moved over and said, "Well, I don't mind if you take the next spot. Help yourself."
I think he got that right.
Brandon Oakley has moved up one since that 50-lap pit stop. There's a battle between the 54 and the 18 car.
Yeah, that little slip on the 54 car and the way back in their second position.
Colin Garrett says, "I want that position." He is side by side. Just could not make the move. Colin Garrett trying to drive around Drew Dollar.
In the meantime, the 21 car, Mayer, he is sneaking up on the 1 car, McLaughlin. He's making that distance smaller and smaller each lap, it looks like.
You know, the front 6 have really stretched out a single file around. They're moving away from this side-by-side racing in the back of the field. Side-by-side races are taking place from 9th spot on.
Well, at the end of 65 laps, the top 10 are McLaughlin, Mayer, Cabre, Garcia Jr., Kraus, Gibbs, Gray, Gilliland, Zamora, and Retzlaff. Our 15-year-old, he's in 10th place.
A big shout out to Brittany Zamora. She moved up from 14th to 9th, Rick. Done a masterful job. Her lap times are in the 25 range, 25.10. Brittany in number 9, Parker is in number 10. Then behind him, Drew Dollar and Colin Garrett still battling out for the 11th spot. They'd like to break into the top 10 before our next 50-lap break.
It may be an optical delusion, but it looks like Meyer is closing up and a little bit at a time on McLaughlin. We may have a challenge here before the end of this segment.
We have a car in the infield, Rick. The 30 car is pulled in with that hood up still. Spencer Davis just having his issues. Could be brakes, as you noted.
Well, it looks like they're under the hood and plus on the right side of that car.
The only good sign is they have not gone back to the garage as of yet. But they did pull off pit road. So we are single file, 13 cars out on the racetrack. Max McLaughlin leads it. Sam Mayer in 2nd spot, Chase Cabri in the number 3 spot, and 4th is your defending champion, Ruben Garcia, in the 6th car.
Derek Kraus looks like he's closing the distance between himself and Garcia Jr.
He is on a move, you're right. Once again, we're seeing more performance moves rather than driver's strategy. The car is simply quicker than his opponent. He's able to close the gap on the turns and then pull away on the straightaways. But they are single file all the way around the racetrack now. How long will it be before Max can close up on that number 13 spot of Brandon Oakley?
Looks like the 19 car, excuse me, Todd Gilliland, looking at Tanner Gray's spot.
Now watching Chase Cabri, the number 4 car, he's not really got a different line, but he seems a lot more aggressive going into the turns, Rick. He's right down on that apex. He's looking for a spot that moves him the greatest distance to get him closest to the back bumper of Sam Mayer in the 21. You know, just a couple of feet can make all the difference on the back straightaway in terms of finding a groove that works to get you quicker around the racetrack.
Gilliland, he gets up to the back bumper of Tanner, and then Tanner kind of pulls away from him a little bit. It's kind of back and forth right now in that spot. Mayer is making very small increments, but is closing that gap between himself and, well, there was a lot of space right there.
Yeah, there was. I would have to say that car moved around to the point where he had the lift. 26 laps remain in this session, rather. 26 laps before our next mandated NASCAR caution. That's a good race right there, Rick. Sam Mayer says, you've had this run long enough, buddy. I want a piece of this. I'd say there's 2 car lengths that separate them on the back straightaway, but when you get into the turns, coming out of 4, Sam looks a lot better.
Ooh. McLaughlin got a little sideways coming out of 4 that time.
I think he's being moved around by the threat of that big white car in his rearview mirror.
And he just slid up out of the groove.
You know, he
down into 1.
He didn't take any tires. I didn't see any adjustments on the number 1 car during that pit stop. So I would say that this might be a lead change in the next lap.
There goes Lowry on the inside. Don't think he's going to get it this time.
Sam Mayer was your second quickest in practice sessions this morning. You know, that back straightaway, Max can drive away from him by at least 2 car lengths, but right here coming into 4, that's where Sam makes up the difference. Now it looks like Max is back to his old lead. You know, you've got to wonder who's lifting and who's driving more aggressively.
Well, it looks like Tanner's trying to get underneath the 22 car of Oakley, and he's trying to hold Gilliland all at the same time.
Last lap, Tanner Gray was quicker than Ty Gibbs, who's in front of him, the 17 car. Tanner actually quicker than Ty, but not as quick as Derek Kraus in the number 5 spot. Max McLaughlin on the 25-28 that last lap. He is slower than Sam Mayer by a 10th. Once again, Mayer closes in, coming out of 2. Looks like this time he's making a run, and there is a drag race on the back straightaway as Mayer wants the lead. Max not willing to give it up just yet, but coming out of 4, they are side by side.
Still side by side, coming down the front straightaway. Max putting up a fight for that position. Oh, man, he got tailed.
Sam is right on his bumper. I would expect he'd move him up just a bit. That's all it would take. Look at how close Sam is to the back bumper. Now, that's where he made his move last lap, but he could not do the same thing this lap.
Mayer wanting that position bad.
He really does. They've only got 19 laps to go, 18 now.
Yeah.
Now it looks like Sam has backed off a bit. I'm sure that run did some wear and tear on those tires.
I'm telling you, Meyer does not want to start that third segment on the outside. Position so he can start on the inside.
Here he makes another move. He's right on his bumper coming out of 4. But once again, Max is able to drive away. It is horsepower on the straightaways. It is braking and cornering for Mayer that does the job for him.
Michael, watch the 22 car in 1 and 2 down here. He's running a line about a groove and a half up higher, and he's been running that line for like the last 5 or 6 laps, and those guys can't get around him. Tanner and Gilliland cannot get around him, and he's several laps down.
Yes, he is, Brandon, shown in the 13th spot, but he's well ahead in the field at any rate. Once again, a drag race on the back straightaway, but Max stays out front by just the narrowest of margins.
Going to have 15 laps to try to get it done.
Now they're in the lap traffic of Brandon Oakley. And it looks Max is just about to put Brandon another lap down on the race course. The other laps took place on pit road.
Here we go. Mayer trying to, this might not work out well.
That did work for him as what a drag race. Sam Mayer takes the lead away from Max McLaughlin for the first time this race. Max is no longer leader. Sam Mayer got in the side of him. There was a little bit of side drafting going on into turn 1. Mayer got underneath him. Max had to move up, and Sam Mayer is your new leader.
I'm going to tell you, Mayer doesn't want Max back up to his bumper because I guarantee you Max is going to return the pace.
Look at the distance now that he's put on Max on the back straightaway. They're now about 18 car lengths apart. So I'm wondering if Max is just maybe breathing deeply and collecting his thoughts on what he wants to do in the next session. There are 12 laps remaining in this session before the NASCAR mandated caution.
And Michael, I'm not so sure if some of these guys don't want to take a lesson from the 22 car of Oakley. Oakley, again, down in 1 and 2, even under pressure, is running a groove and a half higher. And they cannot get around it.
He has found himself in that high groove, and it's working for him.
He is actually pulled away from Tanner and Gilliland.
Sam Mayer, the quickest car on the race course this last lap. Quicker even than Max McLaughlin in second spot.
Well, it was obvious that McLaughlin was holding him up.
You know, you mentioned that line that Brandon has chosen, Rick. He went 25.39 on the last lap. The leader went 25.24. He is actually quicker than the leader, but he is several laps down, as we noted.
The only reason I would take note of that is how much easier that is on the tires, him being on top of the bottom. Not as much wear and tear.
Well, actually, wasn't Oakley the only car to take tires on the right side?
That's correct.
Yeah, so he's got the advantage to run the middle of the course. He can run the middle groove and make it work for him. He's got the freshest right side tires of the field. Still out front is Sam Mayer.
He's putting a gap on McLaughlin.
We've got 8 laps to go. I imagine McLaughlin is just settling down, catching his breath, and planning strategy for the next 50 laps. He's not threatened at all by Chase Cabri in that number 4 car. Not yet, anyway. Derek Kraus sets in the number 4 spot, and Ruben Garcia Jr. has settled into number 5. All right, looks like the 30 car is returning several laps down, but he is returning to competition nonetheless. And that that is good to see. That is Spencer Davis, the 30 car.
Right now, he's about 39 laps down to the field.
Well, he can stay out. Obviously, he has rested his engine. Not sure if he took tires, though, on that last pit road experience.
I don't think he did. I think they just worked on what the problem may have been. Looks like Tanner has made a little Garcia. Again, Garcia is not where he is not in position. He's several laps down. It's just the fact that he's holding his own in position where he's running his car.
Right. With the exception of Max and Chase Grabrie, they're really single file by quite a stretch. Chase is trying to run down Max for that second spot. As of now, he's not been able to close the gap enough to make a move. Coming down the front straightaway, he is right on the bumper of Max McLaughlin, though. So the next race underway would be for that second position. Yes, he does. There he goes. Thought he was going to make his move there, Rick. He moved up beside McLaughlin, but he just couldn't seal the deal. McLaughlin is tough, no question about it. He is your points, your pole setter by a pretty good margin. But we're seeing those tires ever so slightly drift away, Rick.
He worked hard to stay where he was, and I think that gave Mayer and those behind him an opportunity to save a little bit on their tires.
Well, I would say that Sam Mayer is the one that ate up his tires the most, trying to run down McLaughlin and then pass him. But right now there is a battle. The only battle on the track is for that second spot. Chase Grabrie trying to run down McLaughlin and drive around him. They're over there coming out of turn 2 right now, going into the back straight. And they've stayed consistently about a car and a half apart with McLaughlin in the lead. The lap times this last lap were 25.46 to a 25.47. They are 1/1000th of a second apart.
We're on the last lap of this segment, so it doesn't look like anybody's in a position to change their spot right now. Unless Max slips coming into this next turn.
You know, Rick, I'm seeing a lot of tires on the wall. I think everybody's taking stickers on this final yellow caution. This is once again mandated by NASCAR. The final 50-lap caution, and it looks like everyone will take tires with the exception of Brandon Oakley, who will take left sides. Already has right sides. They can elect to go back to the practice tire if they so desire. But I would imagine everybody gets stickers for this final
and
yellow flag.
In this second segment.
So as they sit now, it is Sam Mayer in the number 1 spot, Max McLaughlin number 2, Chase Grabrie is number 3, Derek Kraus number 4. The top spot, the top 5 rounded out by Ruben Garcia Jr., your defending champ. Ty Gibbs is in number 6, Tanner Gray in number 7, Todd Gilliland in number 8, Drew Dollar in number 9, Brittany Zamora in number 10. Parker Ritzlaff is in the 11th spot. Colin Garrett in number 12. Brandon Oakley holding down the 13th spot. And Spencer Davis in the number 30 rounds out the top 14. So we are taking our NASCAR mandated final caution. We'll have 50 laps remaining in this race, and it has been a great race so far. The 21 car of Sam Mayer, the car to beat now for the first portion of the race, almost the first 100 laps. It was Max McLaughlin, your number 1 pole setter. You folks watching on Fan Choice TV, we thank you for tuning in. We hope you're having a good time. It is some great racing action here. This is a 3/4 mile track, and we have seen a lot of changes throughout the field, including the lead swap. And on a short track like this, it's really hard to do much except in the turns. If you break a little late and you're more aggressive going into the turn, there's a good chance you can move your opponent up a bit. and make your move. But you're not going to see a lot of straightaway passing unless it is pure performance that does it. Once again, a lot of tires on the wall. It looks like everybody will take tires on this last spot. K&N air intake systems are guaranteed to increase the horsepower in your vehicle. K&N replaces your factory parts with an aerodynamically designed system using an oversized washable cotton air filter. A K&N intake system will help your engine breathe easier for extra performance, and they are built to last for the life of your vehicle. Visit knfilters.com where you can look up the estimated horsepower gain available for your vehicle. That is K&N air intake systems, a proud sponsor of the NASCAR K&N Pro Series East. Rick, I hear a lot of ratchet wrenches down there on pit road. Everybody is busy. Everybody takes tires. This will be a great final 50 laps, Rick, as everybody will have fresh rubber. Everybody will have made, I see a track bar adjustment right now on the 18 car. Everybody will have their best package going out for this final session.
Best they can get.
The best they can get. But it is brand new General tires, General radials on these cars. Everybody will have an even playing field with the exception of Brandon Oakley, who had to take right sides early on his first pit stop. And he may elect to take some of the old practice tires. Depends on how much he wore down that right rear on that middle groove that he took throughout the race.
Well, while we've got a break here and the cars aren't on the track, I want to remind you, if you're thirsty, go get you a drink. You've got time. You're not going to miss anything. I also want to remind folks, when the cars are on the track, please do not get up against the catch fence. Please stay away from the catch fence. I know it's exhilarating to get down close to the track when those cars go by, but please keep a safe distance. But again, we appreciate all you folks being here today. It's a great crowd. We're glad that we were able to do some giveaways here today, and we had a great fun with that. Hope y'all did. We hope y'all have fun or have had fun watching these cars in the Memphis 150 presented by AutoZone.
Rick, I want to remind the fans this will be live, not live, but the replay will take place June 5th at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time on NBCSN. You can watch this race next weekend, June 5th at 5 p.m. Central Standard. That's on NBCSN. Tape delay of this race, and they are here in force, and we appreciate them and what they have done to make this race possible this weekend.
Looks like Max McLaughlin is going to be the first one out of the pits. And Sam Mayer, not that far behind. This is going to be really interesting. This is the chess match that we were alluding to earlier about saving those tires. It looked like everybody had the same idea, waiting until the last segment to put that last set of tires on. Also, want to remind you race fans that please join us Sunday, July 21st for the JEG CRA Master of the Pros 125 late model race at Memphis International Raceway. Thrilling action, beating and banging are not to be missed during this exciting race. Adult general admission tickets are $20. Children 12 and under are $5. And you can purchase your tickets today at racemir.com. Pace car on the back stretch stopped, letting everybody get lined up. And then we'll have a pace lap or two, and we'll get this thing settled for the last 99 laps, or excuse me, 49 laps.
49 laps. We do understand that unless there is a green-white checker, the white flag will drop at lap 149, Rick. So there'll be probably about 47 laps to go once they take the green. Pace car lights are on. They'll probably get a lap to make sure everybody is in position, and then it will be green, green, green.
It looks like the flagman is giving him one to go, so next time around we're going to get the green flag.
Boy, it's going to be a race also.
The barn burner.
I suppose so, Mr. Rick Wilson. I suppose so. I hadn't really thought of it that way, but it's going to be a real shootout. Once again, your leader in this last session is Sam Mayer. Let's see if Max McLaughlin has anything for him with fresh stickers.
Oh, man. I got a bad feeling about turn.
Now, it looks like Sam has decided to start on the inside. Do you think that's an advantage?
At this track, yes, but it's
well, you know, Max was making, but Sam was making his move on Max on the outside.
I think it's going to be a squeeze. Everybody trying to make a position, get down in the turn.
Pace car is off the track. We are ready to go green. 48 laps to go to decide the winner of the Memphis 150 presented by AutoZone.
And he's got it. They're off and running.
Green, green, green. Boy, Chase Cabrera says, I'm going inside. Oh, they did contact into turn one. And that really cost Sam Mayer. He's dropped 4 positions, as well as Max McLaughlin.
Derek Krause, he's up there trying to make something happen in second place.
Boy, Chase Cabrera made that happen. He pushed them up the track and drove right through that section of contact back there.
So has a right rear tire rub from that contact. Don't know how long he'll stay out. We hope that tire stays up. If he loses that tire,
I would imagine if they can remain cool and collected, they'll take their time to get back to the front. But you know they want a piece of Chase Cabrera. Derek Krause in that third spot's got some competition on the outside and behind him.
Meyer making the move to the inside of Tanner.
And we are under yellow.
I don't see a car, Michael. That may be debris from that contact.
Could very well be debris. Pace car is out on the back straightaway. So we'll regroup at lap 106. But boy, what a great drag race going into turn one. Chase Cabrera took the low line. That left Max on the outside. Sam Mayer was stuck in the middle. Sam and Max went up the track side by side with contact, and Chase was able to drive away for the lead.
It is debris on the track. And I'm just wondering if Meyer's going to come in. It doesn't look like he is. Get that fender off that tire.
Did you see smoke, Rick? I wasn't able to see the...
yeah, there's smoke coming off that right rear on the 21 car.
Wasn't able to see from my vantage point, but it does look like that there is definite damage from that contact going into turn one.
Yeah, he's got...
Chase has a little tire damage, a little tire mark on his race car as well.
Yeah, it looks like the 21's got significant damage right behind the right front.
It could just be the glare of the sun, but it looks like Ty Gibbs may have some damage on that 17 car. I'm not sure where he really got that from.
I'll tell you, I'm not sure, but it looks like the 21 car might have a left front flat.
He sure got some damage right behind that right front wheel, Rick. 21 car of Sam Mayer. Of course, there was heavy contact going into one between he and Max McLaughlin, and you can see a little kiss of a tire on the 4 car as he comes by the front straightaway.
There is a donut on the 4, right on the 4.
So there's significant damage from that contact going into one. We'll see how it plays out for these cars. Looks like they're still checking for debris in between turn 1 and 2. No sign as yet for the green flag to drop on a restart.
I'll tell you what.
Pace car lights are still on the back straightaway.
That body is caved in pretty good behind that right front tire.
It really is, but if that tire is not damaged on a short track, it's really not going to make a lot of difference, will it?
It will if it keeps rubbing.
Well, I don't know that it's rubbing the tire. I just know that it's pushed in to the cage.
I know when he was going through the turns and putting pressure on that chassis, it was definitely smoking really well and didn't look like it was giving it up. Looks like they're going to get one to go from the flagman.
Well, the real winner in that skirmish down there in turn 1 is Derek Kraus, as he now sits in the number 2 spot. And he is outside of the leader.
Look who's on his back bumper. Ty Gibbs.
Ty Gibbs and the defending champion, Ruben Garcia, on the inside. So rows 1 and 2, we've got some heavy hitters there. Max McLaughlin has ended up back in the number 8 spot because of that skirmish. Not sure what damage he has that is significant in terms of affecting his performance.
Well, I'm going to tell you.
But he's got some driving to do to get back to the front.
I think turn 1's going to be a little bit mayhem again. If I had a car to pick to be in right now, it would be the pace car.
That's a safe bet. The pace car is the only thing that hasn't had any real threat from the field.
No.
Green, green, green. Let's go racing, boys and girls. Garcia right on the bumper of the 4 car as they go into turn 1.
Oh, Garcia gets a little loose up underneath Gibbs.
Oh, that is a tight, packed field on the back straightaway.
Tanner up underneath Gibbs. Oh, Gibbs, bumping Garcia going into 3. You may have another caution here pretty quick, Michael. Gibbs pushing Garcia down the front straightaway, and they push it all the way around.
And there he goes. Round he goes. No contact. He barely got out of that without any damage on the car. Yellow caution is out as Ruben Garcia went for a ride on the back straight going into 2. He was sideways. Good job of driving it out of that slide.
That was a slow spin.
It really was. But he was forced up there and had no choice but to ride it out. Chase Cabri, once again, still your leader. Garcia says, I'm coming back, boys. I've got something to say about that. Now, this is the last set of tires they have. They just put them on, so Ruben Garcia, your defending champion, is going to have to play gingerly with those tires to get back to the front after that spin. He's right now scored in the number 13 spot. Looks like Spencer Davis on the wave around in the 30 car. Once again, your leader, Chase Cabri, in that number 4 car. Derek Kraus is in the number 2 spot. Tanner Gray sits in number 3. He's moved up. Ty Gibbs holding down the number 4 spot. And in 5th, it is Drew Dollar in the 54 car. Pace car lights still on the back straightaway. And we have a car coming in, Rick. Looks like the 21 car is elected to come in. Not sure what that's about, but there's that significant damage you see right behind that right front. I'm assuming they're going to want to pull that out.
They're going to go to work on that right side, ain't no doubt. And they may change whichever tire. It looks like the right.
The 6 car is in also. Ruben Garcia elects to come in. Looks like the jack is going up on the right side. They are. Looks like they have an old practice tire to go on. They have elected to say the rubber is good. They're going to hold what they've got. They'll stay with that sticker set that they put on at lap 100. So Ruben Garcia back out. 21 car still in.
All the letters are going off the right rear, but evidently they got the fenders off the tires.
They must be confident that it's enough of a way that it won't cause any damage.
They didn't scrape it from the sidewall.
Sam Mayer going back out with damage repair.
All right, Flagman, he's giving them one to go. And the car's in the front, 30 gets the wave around. Michael, there's 7 cars up front that can make turn 1 difficult again.
Absolutely, absolutely. That turn 1 looks a lot narrower than it did last time. You know, Rick, I do believe of the 3 races we have seen here so far in the NASCAR K&N Pro Series East, this is the best without a doubt.
It's been pretty good so far.
Some great racing up front and through the middle of the pack.
You fans enjoyed the race so far? Clap, yay, 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 okay. We kind of liked it too.
You're just saying that because you got in free.
Yeah, I know. Y'all keep your eyes on turn 1. They're going to make a left turn.
All right, once again, Chase Kirby, the number 4 spot, will lead the pack out of turn 4. And it's green, green, green.
Boy, Kirby got a jump. Get out of the way quick. Look at.
They're being more gentlemanly this time, not as much contact. But boy, there is a pack right there behind the leader. The 2, 3, and 4 positions are duking it out.
Tanner's got the opportunity. He can put a fender on his Derek Krause, and he's being a gentleman.
He's staying down on that low groove as they go in.
Like the 19 car.
Here goes Tanner up on the inside of the 16 car. 3 wide there.
It's going to be interesting.
Ty Gibbs says, I'm going to the front. You guys can duke it out if you want to. Ty Gibbs takes position. Tanner Gray drives around the 16 car as well. So, big change there. Derek Kraus still in the number 2 spot. Tanner Gray holding 3. And now Ty Gibbs sits in that number 2 spot, Rick. Ty Gibbs has moved up to the number 2 spot. Right in behind him, Tanner Gray in the 15 car. Derek Kraus in the 4th spot. Rounding up the top 5 is Max McLaughlin, who's moved back up to 5th.
Meyer is quick, and he is trying to get up to the field. He almost put the bumper to the 54 car. He knows he doesn't have it. He's still putting the bumper to Dollar.
Sam Mayer obviously doesn't have any damage that's going to affect the performance of that car.
They're slowing tires down. He's bringing the 18 car.
Oh, there is contact as the 18 car drove into the back of the 54 of Drew Dollar.
Myers back up to 6th.
Looking at that leader, Chase is stretching it out between he and second place Ty Gibbs. Once again, the 18 on the bumper. The 99 of Brittany Zamora. She's moved up to 9th, Rick. She's had a great race so far. Moved up 5 positions, holding her own there on the back straightaway.
I'm telling you, Michael, it looks like the 21 car is making up ground with McLaughlin and the 1 car. It looks like Gibbs is inching his way up here.
It's going to be a real shootout. 27 laps to go, Rick. Could Ty Gibbs pull off a run here and catch Chase Cabri? Right now, it looks like about 8 cars separate them.
Watch 21. He's deciding coming out of 4. Drag race down the straightaway.
I like Tanner Gray in that 3rd spot, Rick. He doesn't have anybody around him. He can settle down, settle his nerves, and focus on trying to run down Ty Gibbs.
25 laps. How long can he be settled?
They're going to have to be aggressive from this point on. There's no question. Nobody's got tires left. There is no more mandatory cautions. It is race on from this point forward. Now 24 laps remain. We're seeing the field spread out again, Rick. Single file. Quite a bit of distance between the leaders.
Everybody seems to be even.
And that number 3 spot of Tanner Gray. Tanner just not seemed to make any ground up at all on Ty Gibbs. But yet he's not being caught either by Derek Kraus in the 16 car. So they're comfortable now.
Looks like Myers a little space between him.
I would say with 10 to go, this is going to be a real shootout. Right now we are at 22 laps remaining. I think the wait is over, Rick. I think if you can close the gaps, it's time to start producing a run to the front.
I don't think anybody's holding anything back right now. I think they're trying to do all they can do.
Right now, the fastest car on the track is Ty Gibbs in that number 2 spot. He ran a 24-24 last lap. He was 200ths below the leader, 200ths quicker than the leader. So there is room. But is there time?
The white car, Max McLaughlin, has a piece of his car hanging off the left rear. I don't know if it's something like cut him off, caution, definitely dangerous.
He's in the number 6 spot. Led most of the first section. Was your pole sitter, but got moved up on the racetrack. Contact put him back there, and now he rides around in the number 6 position.
Mayer is closing the gap on Kraus. He is getting closer. But I don't think Kraus is catching up to Tanner.
He might have the real estate, but does he have enough time, Rick?
Tanner, he's out front all by himself.
It's about the same on that back straightaway. They're still about 12 car lengths apart with only 18 laps remaining. There's a bit of a race back there in the back.
If that piece was to fall off the Crawford's car right now, caution, and it looks like it's hanging down.
Yeah, there's going to be a whole lot of pushing going on if they have to tighten the field back up due to a caution, Rick.
Meyer is just about to the back rope of the crowd, so it looks like there will be a couple of laps. And he'll be in fourth position.
Mayer wants around Kraus. Kraus would like to have some of Tanner, but Tanner's got his own battle trying to run Ty Gibbs down. And nobody's catching Chase Cabri.
Well, with what Kraus is trying to do with his two championships, I don't see him trying to do anything stupid if Meyer wants to force the issue and try to get around it.
Rick, the last lap, the quickest car on the track is Chase Cabri, the leader.
There goes Meyer, and down underneath Kraus.
Only one trying to overtake the 16. Can he catch him? He is right at the door.
Kraus fighting that wheel. You can see those hands going back and forth, seesaw.
Well, that's a race there. It looks like the 21 car has position.
Yep.
So Sam Mayer drives around Derek Kraus, moves up to number 4.
There needs to do some drag racing. Keep Meyer away from him. Meyer's coming on.
I think right now it's just a matter of, hold on, honey, we're going for a ride. Once again, the field thins out. Every now and then we'll have a battle toward the back of the pack, but they are single file all the way around the race course. They are on every part of the race course at the same time.
Cabaret is going to be dealing with a lap call. Oakley here in just a second. Don't know if that's going to give Gibbs what he needs to pull in a little bit. Now up out of the lane. He stops out any problem.
It's amazing, Rick, that they are able to stay on that low line in the turns. They're right there at the apex, coming out of 1, going into 2. The only exception being Brandon Oakley, as he likes the middle of that racetrack.
Once again, Meyer on the move in that 21 car. He's closing the gap between Tanner and himself.
Last lap, the quickest car again was Chase Cabri in that number 1 spot. Tanner Gray in the 3rd spot is quicker than Ty Gibbs, but he cannot seem to run up to him, cannot get to the back door. And I don't know that there's going to be enough time, Rick, for anyone to make a move on the leaders.
And I don't know.
9 to go.
I don't know what that is hanging off of McLaughlin's left rear. More of it showing each lap.
They're just not really being aggressive as I thought they would with only 6 to go. Nobody's taking any chances. They are moving Brandon Oakley over. He's been a thorn in the side of some of these cars as he has presented lap traffic to the field. Something is hanging off of the Mayer car, it looks like, on the right rear. Could have just been trash. I don't see anything now. As Mayer is in the 4th spot. Not threatened by anybody, but he's not a threat to Tanner Gray either. Matter of fact, I don't see anybody capable of making a move this late in the race, Rick, with the exception of maybe the back straightaway. As we look at a pair coming out of 4, that is the 18 and the 74. 74 is in 11th
position.
That's Parker trying to run down Colin Garrett. And they're about 2 car lengths apart, so the only race we've got is way back field between Parker Ratzler and Colin Garrett.
Up to his bumper right now, diving underneath him, trying to, coming out of 4. Got back behind him.
That's a good race underway, but again, there's nothing happening up front to threaten Chase Cabri or Ty Gibbs, as Tanner just cannot seem to close the gap.
All right. Here we go. 1 lap to go. White flag.
White flag is out on the entire field. And the checker comes out. Chase Cabri is your champion for the 2019 edition of the Memphis 150 presented by AutoZone.
Ty Gibb was second.
Tanner Gray wraps up number 3 safely. Sam Mayer in that 4th spot. We thought he would be a surprise in the end, but he was not. Derek Kraus is number 5. Max McLaughlin, your pole sitter, ends up in 6th spot.
Congratulations to the 99 car, Brittany Zamora. She finished with a top 10.
She did great, Rick. Started out in 14th, moved up to the 9th spot. Her lap times were not that far off the leaders. The best time that Chase Cabri had during the race was a 24 flat. And then behind him, the second best would have been a 24.08, but the quickest car in the event looks to be Ty Gibbs, as he was making a run on the leaders and cranked out a 23.93. What a great race.
All right,
congratulations to Chase Cabri, the number 4 car.
Here it comes, the number 4 car, the winner of this year's Memphis 150, presented by AutoZone. Y'all give him a big hand. Chase Cabri. Woo, donut time.
Way to go, Chase. Qualified number 10th, wins the race. That's a pretty good improvement, Rick.
Oh, that was a great donut.
Perfect stop.
Man, right on the line.
Perfect stop. Congratulations to Chase Cabri once again, driver of the Honda Generators E3 Spark Plugs Toyota. Your winner here, the K&N Pro Series East Memphis 150, presented by AutoZone.
Folks, did y'all like that race today? All right, yeah. Give him a big hand when he gets out of that car. That was a good race for Chase.
A good race for Chase. I think we've got a rhyme there. That was a great race, Rick. The best that we've seen out of this NASCAR K&N series in Memphis. Clearly, the best today was that battle between Chase Cabri, Max McLaughlin,
You know, Michael, it looks like
and the 17 car.
It looks like there's a smile up underneath the 4.
I think that is a smile. I think the whole team is smiling. That E3 Spark Plugs Toyota is one happy group. Rick, we're going to go downstairs, turn it back over to you. It's all yours, buddy.
Thank you very much. Again, we want to thank y'all for being here today, coming to this race. We hope you enjoyed it. If you see any of the officials on your way out, please show your appreciation and tell them how much you appreciate NASCAR being here at Memphis. And thank K&N. And if you see any AutoZone people, thank them as well. Mr. Michael Upchurch is going downstairs. We'll have our driver interviews, winner interviews. And I believe if y'all hang on just a little bit and give them time to get that done, y'all may be able to get down there and congratulate him yourself. That's a happy man right there.
Jason?
Yes, sir.
I got it right? Chase Cabri, you couldn't have done it any better. Your first win happens right here at the Memphis 150. To present the trophy, here is Jason Falconer with AutoZone.
We want to congratulate you from all the AutoZoners all over the United States with this win today. Thank you very much, Chase. Appreciate it.
Another round of applause for Chase Cabri. Chase, let me have you just a second. Yeah, there we go. We want to talk about that race. What a tremendous run to get to the front. And then we saw a little bit of strategy going into one. You had the 17 car outside of you, also Max McLaughlin right there. Was that intentional to go in low and stay low?
Yeah, I got a good restart and was able to get down to the inside of the 21. Just got through gears a little bit better and was able to get down the low and we went down the corner and everyone back out. We're going for wins. I'm not here to make friends and we'll go on to the next one, but I'm pretty pumped up right now.
That was a very good job of driving. There was, I don't think there was anybody close to you the entire last 50-lap session. You stayed out front. Great job. Congratulations again. Now you are the defending champion of the Memphis 150. You have to come back.
Oh, we're going to make a try. I'm glad to bring it back home to Rev. We were able to win the race last year with Ruben, and we brought it home tonight. So this is a good place for Rev Racing, and I'm glad to continue the streak.
Absolutely. Congratulations again to Chase Cabri, driver of the E3 Spark Plugs Toyota. Well, here's one man that has a beat-up race, Ty Gibbs. Let's move over this way a little bit. Great job out there, young man. You showed the DNA that you have within you. Tell me about the last session, the last 50 laps. What was your strategy then?
You know, I don't know. I just lost. Sorry, I can't hear anything. He said fans are great. You know, I just lost drive off, and it was loose in the center. That's what killed us there. But you know, it sucks. It's like the 8th second in a row. So I don't know if I might even out here to win. I'm just gonna finish second. So.
Always the bridesmaid, never the bride, huh? Your time is coming, young man. You still have a lot of miles left in the car. What was the 17 like for you today? Was it suitable for you? Is it where you wanted it to be?
No, not at all. It got close there at the end, just not in long run speed, and that's what killed us. So that's all we need is long run speed to get the win, and we didn't have that. So I guess we'll move on to the next race. I don't even know where that is, though.
That's all you can do is just move on to the next. How about a round of applause for second place, Ty Gibbs? Good job, buddy. Well, I know you didn't want to be third, Tanner, for the interview, but you did a great job out there, young man. You got back in the field. You moved back up. Satisfied with the performance?
Yeah, all in all, not bad. I mean, we struggled with the car a little bit there throughout the race, but they did a good job making adjustments, and I did a bad job on restarts and lost a lot of track position, so I need to clean that part of it up. But all in all, it was a really good day, and you know, I can't thank everybody enough from DGR Crosley. You know, they bust their butts back at the shop, and that's what it takes to be good. So, you know, they're doing an awesome job, and